Acting Crazy by Scott Mason. Let's play a game, shall we? We'll call it Who's the Bigger Idiot, where I'll read two unbelievably asinine quotes, and you tell me which one is more deserving of landing you in a padded room next door to Gary Busey. Here's the first one. Quote, I hope we seize this particular moment because the threat of what happens in Haiti is the threat that can happen anywhere in the Caribbean islands, you know? They're all in peril because of global warming. They're all in peril because of climate change. When we see what we did at the climate summit in Copenhagen, this is the response. This is what happens, you know? End quote. And here's the second one. Quote, something happened a long time ago in Haiti, and people might not want to talk about it. They were under the heel of the French, you know, Napoleon III and whatever. And they got together and swore a pact to the devil. They said, we will serve you if you get us from the French. True story. And so the devil said, okay, it's a deal. And they kicked the French out, and the Haitians revolted and got themselves free. And ever since, they've been cursed. The nutbag behind door number one, that would be actor and activist, whatever the hell that even means these days, Danny Glover. Imbecile number two, say hello to Mr. Religious Right himself, Pat Robertson. So whose comment was more deserving of the Kanye West, Dear God, please duct tape this man's mouth shut award? Well, it's the new year and I'm feeling generous, so let's call it a tie. The better question is, which one of these two tinfoil hat-wearing morons is more dangerous? The answer to that one is easy. It's Robertson. Sure, Glover's statement was several steps beyond lunatic level, and he's made equally crazy statements in the past, like when he insinuated that George W. Bush was purposely masterminding the execution of blacks and Hispanics in disproportionate numbers because, quote, we all know he's a racist. But let's face it, Danny Glover is a self-important has-been actor, and nobody's cared about anything he's said or done since he told them before we knew he was a drunken Nazi Mel Gibson that he was getting too old for this shit in Lethal Weapon 4. Robertson, on the other hand, has taken in hundreds of millions of dollars in donations and is watched daily on the 700 Club by people all around the world. Yes, believe it or not, people still take Pat Robertson seriously. The same Pat Robertson who blamed gays and atheists for 9/11. The very same Pat Robertson, in fact, who seemed to believe that Hurricane Katrina was God's retribution for America's abortion policy. You would think that any good Christian would see Robertson for the demented con man that he is by now. But sadly, the donations keep coming in, and the viewers still tune in to watch this bigot on a daily basis. Sure, most Christians see through his crap and are disgusted by his perversion of their faith. But there's a large enough segment of them who need some sort of justification for their own closed-mindedness that buy into his ignorant act hook, line, and sinker. And please understand, that's exactly what it is, an act. A character Robertson created and marketed to sell to people who are gullible and desperate enough to believe it's real. In this regard, Robertson trumps Glover too. After all, Danny Glover may be a talented actor, but there isn't a movie studio in the world that can match the power of the 700 Club, and you can take that to the bank. Lord knows Robertson certainly has.